Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. Today I will be talking about the missing 7-year-old girl from Paradise, Texas. Her name is Athena Presley Monroe Strand. As you know, we keep seeing these cases pop up of missing kids, and it's really hard to keep track of them all. So, the whole purpose of this channel is to keep the faces out there, keep these kids relevant, and tell their stories and hopefully get answers for them and their loved ones. So please like, share, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, leave a comment, anything to help put this into the algorithm, so then that way Athena has a better chance of being heard and seen and talked about, and let's hope and pray she is found quickly. So this case, unfortunately, and I know I'm not the only one that feels this way, because I have been listening in the streets of the YouTube universe, and a lot of people see the same similarities that I do, which unfortunately takes us back to Summer Wells. And I hate saying that, because that's one case I wish I never would have to see repeat for any other child, and I hope that we don't see the shit show circus that has become of so many cases. And the reason I say that is because yesterday, when I was trying to look into this case, there was already a lot of misinformation that was being put out there. There was a specific page that was made in order to keep everybody informed on Facebook of the progress in the case for Athena, and then people started going in there and saying that, they heard this, that, and the other. So I am going to talk about the stuff that I know for sure is a fact, and then I will talk about the stuff that was out there so I can tell you that I know it wasn't a fact for that. And then, by all means, if I make a mistake, please, correct me in the comments, and I appreciate that. All right, let's get into it, guys. So like I said, we are talking about the 7-year-old little girl named Athena from Paradise, Texas. She was last seen by her stepmother, Lizzie. And just so you know, Lizzie's got her Facebook page up there, and so does her mother, her biological mother. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I think it's Maitland, or maybe it's Matlin, I'm not sure. Bio mom, I should say, lives about 90 minutes away, and Athena was staying with her father and her stepmother. There are other children. Whether or not they were home, I don't know for a fact if they were. But what I do know is that there's already a lot of red flags. So the one thing that seems to be consistent is that, sorry, I'm trying to pull up the Facebook post so that way I can share it with you guys. So the one thing that we know for certain that's been consistent is that she was staying with her father and her stepmother. And sorry, I'm trying to text at the same time to find this. Oh my goodness gracious. And that the last person to see her was the stepmother. We also know that the stepmother stated she had looked for Athena in her bedroom. She wasn't there. And that she looked for Athena for about an hour before she reported Athena missing. Now, Lizzie Ashley Strand is the stepmother. And some of these things on their own, I suppose, wouldn't be so alarming, okay? Like, I know I keep hearing a lot of people make this stink about who argues with a 7-year-old. Well, let me tell you something. I have a very argumentative 6-year-old. When he says the sky's purple, it's purple. It doesn't matter what you say, kind of deal, okay? And I'm not saying he does say that, but you get my drift. Kids that age, they think they know everything. They want to prove a point. My kid is one of those kids. I told him he's got a future in debate, because, man, he can go head-to-head with anybody about something, especially if he thinks you're wrong about it. But in all seriousness, that on its own isn't a huge deal. The fact that they got into an argument. An argument can mean many things. It could be simply, that Athena wanted to do something and the stepmother said, no, you can't, okay? Or they could have, it could have been over what she was going to eat, what she was going to wear, whether or not she can go outside. It could have been anything. That doesn't necessarily scream doom and gloom right off the bat and inappropriate, because, like I said, kids that age, they like to argue, they like to prove a point. Maybe she used argument and should have used disagreement to appease people. But either way, that on its own is not that big of a deal unless it comes out that there was some major thing they were arguing about, and I have not found anything to say what that argument was about. Well, anyways, that on its own is not a concern. However, when you start putting things together and making connections, the argument does become a little bit of an issue. It does become a concern, and I feel that it is possibly very relevant. I hate to say it, but there's a lot of red flags, and just stuff doesn't add up. Okay. All right. So first things first. We know she was living inside the trailer. I know for a fact there's a trailer there. There is someone saying that the children lived in a separate building outside of the trailer in the yard. Whether or not that's true, no idea. I know for a fact that there is a trailer there. That's what I know, okay? And I know that Athena was staying with Lizzie and her biological father, and that she looked for her for an hour before reporting her missing. Soon as Dad found out he came on his way back, when the biological mother found out, she, and I believe her sister, drove out there as well. And from what I've heard, and again, I have not found 100% proof, because unfortunately people can pretend to be people online, right? So whether or not it was later in the evening before the mom found out, I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I know that the mom and the aunt did come out from where they were living. The circumstances of why Athena was with Lizzie and the biological father, again, they're saying had something to do with medical issues from the biological mother or whatever, and that she was supposed to come home in December. I don't know if it was the first day of December or what, but then all of a sudden she went missing. Again, don't know if that's hearsay or not, because some of the things I'm seeing, I have seen with the biological mother's name on it, and it's being posted, but it's not on her page. So I don't know where those are coming from, or if they're real. Okay, so anyways, so this is Lizzie Ashley Strand, which is the stepmother. This is the post that she had made. Okay, and you guys, you can look at it yourself too if you want to, just to double check, because it is public. Nothing on here that I'm showing or reading is not already public knowledge. And this is where my concern comes in with, even if she wasn't the last person to see Athena, her statement just really bothers me. It's very cold, it's very callous, and I feel like she's talking about a bologna sandwich and not a child. So anyways, her statement is, one of our kids are missing. Athena Presley Monroe Strand. If anyone has seen her or know of her whereabouts, please call the police station or call me. And then she puts her phone number down there. She was last seen at home in Paradise, Texas, around 5:30 p.m. on November 30th of 2022. If anyone has any information or anything, please contact us. And then she puts, the two pictures of Athena up there. Now, I'm not a step parent, okay? But one of our kids are missing is just so telling, I guess, is the best way to put it. And if you go through the Facebook and, like we all do, and we try to look for pictures, trying to see if there's anything we can, figure out on our own or whatever, there are pictures of her dad, there are pictures of her siblings, there's pictures of the stepmother, and there's a video of Athena and her sister opening up cupcakes and biting into them for the gender reveal of the newest baby coming along. And there's a couple of pictures of Athena up there. Not many, but a couple. You have this very generic kind of wording. One of our kids are missing. It doesn't sound like there's any concern there. There's no feeling there, like I said, talking like a bologna sandwich right now, right? So, that alone is it just makes you kind of feel a certain type of way. When we try and look at anything else, there's really nothing else that's been posted to them. I'm hoping it's because they were warned about how vicious social media can be and what can happen to Athena's case, and hopefully they'll stay off the internet. That is my wish, because the last thing we need is another child's case to be compromised because of bullshit on social media. Because I still say that, a lot of cases have been tarnished that way And I believe that there could have been possibilities of certain children being able to be brought back safely that weren't, because of how crazy things did get, and those children became a liability. So that's why I'm trying to stick with whatever I know to be true, and I don't want to start any type of, bullcrap rumors or anything like that. Now, keep in mind, these are just my views, thoughts, and opinions only. Please do your due diligence, and, you could check into the stuff yourself if there's anything you want to see. And like I said, any questions or comments would be great. There isn't a whole lot of information out there about Dad even. However, when I was doing my digging, I did come across his pictures, both on Lizzie's page and the Bio Mom's page, okay? So this is Dad, okay? I don't know how well you can see that, but that's Dad. I get very bad energy off of him. I'm, like I said, I'm going to keep my opinions to myself for the most part. I'm going to try. I have not been able to find anything as far as whether or not there is proof that he did go on a hunting trip. Was he on a hunting trip? He had just left for a hunting trip. He was already gone. There's just so much out there that there's no definite answer to. I'm hoping law enforcement will do a presser soon, so then that way we at least know who was where and what have you, and get some sort of a timeline going here about the whereabouts of people around there, including, the dad and Athena and even the siblings, because one of the siblings is younger and the other one looks a little bit older than Athena. So, if they were home, we don't know. We have no idea. I will not be showing any pictures with the siblings because they are minors, and I will not do that. That's not okay. But I have no problem showing the adults or Athena. That being said, when you look at any of the information, there is a lot of unknowns, basically. So, all right, let me see here. We have that she stormed out after an argument with the stepmother. Then the stepmother stated that she went in to take a shower, and when she came out, Athena was gone. So saying I went in to take a shower kind of indicates that they were outside, and that kind of makes you lean towards that, because that's kind of odd wording. I went in to take a shower would indicate that you were out of the house at one point, right? Then we have the other one saying that the last time she saw her was in her bedroom. That seems to be pretty consistent from everything I'm finding. But then there is, well, she went into the room so the stepmother could make dinner, and then she was gone. She went into the room so the stepmother went into the shower, and then she was gone. Who knows, right? I don't know for a fact whether or not it has been verified that she was at school that day. A lot of people are saying, yes, she got off the school bus and all this other stuff, but I haven't been able to find anything that definitely says that they, physically saw her go to school or come off the bus and go to the house, what have you, okay? And she's in first grade, so, she would be in school right now. She's 7 years old. So that information, again, I have not been able to find any proof on it. So whether or not that is true, I don't know. There was another rumor running around last night saying that the father and the stepmother were arrested and are thrown in jail. And again, did not see anything like that, okay? There was rumor that supposedly Lizzie shot a dog and then shot at Athena. No proof of that either. So that's what I'm saying. There's like a lot of bad information being spread already. And we need to stop that from happening, because the only person that is going to be hurt by that is Athena. It's always the missing kids that get hurt by the false misinformation that's being put out there. And as a community and what we stand for, that is not okay. And the people that do that should be ashamed of themselves, because we want to, the goal is to find the child, right? So the goal should be able to put the information out there so the child could be found, not to sit there and muddy up a case just because you want the 15 minutes of fame. That's not cool. Not okay at all. All right. So anyways, I know that her mother, her biological mother, like I said, I don't know how to say her name 100%. if it's Maitland. Ugh, my phone is so slow. I'm so sorry. But where did it go? From everything that I've seen, it looks like she had to shut down some stuff on hers too. She made a post. She's made a couple of posts actually. And her name is Maitland Presley Gandy. And she's on Facebook, and she does have Athena up there as her picture. Now, oh geez, sorry. So she is from Oklahoma, and she has made some updates. Now, her first post, where did it go? Oh, and then there was another post, and I have not been able to find it. I don't know who made it, if they made a fake Facebook page and pretended to be BioMom and make it, because I have not seen this. But there was a post floating around saying, a screenshot, I should say, of a post floating around saying not to trust anything that the stepmother says coming from the biological mother. I have not found that either, so let's take that with a grain of salt. Okay, so her post, the mother's post was, my daughter Athena Presley Monroe Strand is missing and was last seen at her father's house in Paradise, Texas at approximately 5:30 p.m. November 30th, 2022. She's been missing for 5 hours at this time. If you know anyone in the Paradise, Weiss County, Texas area, please share this post with them. And then she puts down her phone number. She says, please contact me or the sheriff's department if anyone has information. Athena's description is blue eyes, light dirty blonde hair, shoulder-length hair, wavy to curly, 62 pounds, approximately 48 inches tall. White olive toned skin, has a pink scar on her jawline. And again, I'm visually impaired, so I don't know if you can see it, but that's the picture of her, and I don't know if you can see. I've heard other people say they saw the scar, so I don't know where it is, but as long as everybody else can see it, that's cool. And then she did an update on December 1st that Athena is still missing as of 7:45 a.m. The sheriff's department has welcomed all volunteers to search Athena's dad's home, and then she put down the address, and I will not, because there might be other minors living there as well, and we don't need a shitstorm starting there like we have seen in other cases. And that she was last seen approximately at 5:30 on 11:30. 17 hours ago, she says, Athena is still missing, and we are now over the 24-hour point. Thank you to my wonderful family and the large support from the Weiss County community. We are continuing our search. I ask that everyone pray some more. Continue to pray and never stop praying. I can't live without my baby, and I need her brought home safely to me. Athena didn't walk away or disappear on her own. I will not give up or stop until I have Athena back. I feel like there is a hole in my heart and half of my soul is missing. An Amber Alert was issued earlier today. Please do not give up on my baby. Thank you everyone for the supporting messages and calls. And then she puts down the contact information again, and then also says to call 911. So here we already see Mom actively putting out updates. Haven't seen nothing from Dad or at all, and only the one from the stepmom. And the mom says that, she knows that she didn't disappear on her own. She didn't walk away. And her aunt even has come out on, I don't know if it was a newscaster, I don't remember where I saw it, but she said the same thing because Athena was afraid of the dark. So she wouldn't have went outside in the dark. Like if she was upset, she wouldn't have just walked off in the dark. And then 12 hours later, Mom puts, please remember Athena is a very real, very loved little girl, and her mama misses her very much. And her number one wish is to bring her home and to please continue searching for her. And then there was a post 12 hours ago that isn't no longer available, so I don't know what that one was. And then the last one was 11 hours ago, where she just puts down, please help me find my daughter, Athena Presley Monroe Strand. She's been missing since November 30th at 5:30 p.m. in the area of Paradise, Texas. And so we see Mom, she's putting the updates out there. Dad, like I said, as far as I know, nobody even knows dude's name. He has not come out and said a single thing as far as I'm aware. And I am just looking for an update right now to see if there is anything else that is new. It looks like we have an update from about 37 minutes ago. All right, it says here, and this is the CBS DFW news. It says here that Strand has been missing since about 6 p.m. Wednesday evening. All right. She was last seen wearing the gray long sleeve shirt with white flowers, blue jeans, and white flowers on the pockets and brown boots. Now that seems to be consistent too. There was other stuff that was going around, whether or not that was a correction that was made or what. But I don't know. But I have seen this description of the clothes be pretty consistent. And it does say that, the Weiss County Sheriff's Office received a call from the stepmother reporting her missing after the two had an argument while her father was not home. She said she spent about an hour looking for her before contacting the Sheriff's Office. Officials believe she walked out on her own, but neighbors say that doesn't seem right. I didn't see no neighbors. I'm just going to point that out right now. Just saying. Again, I have really crappy eyesight, so if there's neighbors there, then there is, but I did not see anything. It kind of looked like just open field to me, and very rural and very open and heavy terrain. And let's see, the only time she left was to go to her grandmother's house next door, and that's family. And see, now that's news to me, because I did hear that it was an aunt. I did not hear grandmother at all until right now. A neighbor said she's not okay with being in the dark. She doesn't like the cold. And it was reported that her jacket was left there, which is the other thing. And it was pretty cold out there. And it was very, very cold out there. So yeah, I don't see her wanting to be out in the cold. They're saying that there's some abandoned barns and sheds that they went through for people who volunteered to search. They searched the woods behind the dad's property, couldn't find anything out there. One of the big concerns for officials was the cold weather. The temperatures are expecting to drop into the 40s this weekend, so it's still a concern. So Lane Atkin said that law enforcement is looking at everything from a criminal or just a missing child standpoint. They have used resources like search dogs, choppers, and other technologies to find Strand. Additionally, the Amber Alert went out for her Thursday afternoon. On Thursday night, her biological mother took to social media to thank those who helped to try and find her daughter. That was the post about Athena still missing, and we're at the 24-hour mark that I already told you guys about. However, Weiss County Office of Emergency Management has since stated that we will not be utilizing volunteers to assist with the search. Weiss County also posted this, so you can go and look at it if you want to see it for yourself. Basically, it says, to ensure the message is clear and that there is no confusion, there has not been a request for volunteers to arrive at 9 a.m. At this time, we will not be utilizing volunteers to assist with the search. Arriving on scene at a large-scale incident without being requested to offer or brings unrequested supplies takes time and resources away from the task at hand. The best way to assist with finding Athena is to share and respect the information posted by our official source, which I agree with, because like I said, we don't need this going down the way these other kids' cases have gone down. And as of now, there's still no leads, and anyone with information is asked to contact the Sheriff's Department. So let's keep her face out there. Let's keep her story out there. Let's try and bring Athena home. Like I said, there's nothing much more on her. And let's just hope and pray that she's found, because the elements out there are pretty harsh. And she, from my understanding, everything we've seen, she is just in her regular clothes, and she doesn't have a jacket or anything. And even with a jacket and temperatures like that, it's not going to do much good anyways, especially for a little one like that. So, there's inconsistencies. The one thing that does seem to be consistent is that we know the stepmother was the last to see her. We know that, or some things that seem consistent. We know the last person to see her was her stepmother. We know that she searched for an hour before calling law enforcement. We know that they had gotten into an argument. We don't know what it was about. And we know that they're siblings, but we don't know if the siblings were there or whatever. There was rumors about footprints and stuff being marked off. I have not seen any proof of that either. And that's where the aunt's house had come in. And again, it could be a lot of misinformation. So, please, if you see something before you put it out there, try to verify it. Or even if you see something that isn't true, try to debunk it and let people know, because we don't want this turning into a circus and the focus becoming on everything else but Athena. And when stuff starts getting put out like that, that's what tends to happen, because then people start picking it up. They want the clicks, they want the likes, the views, they want their 15 minutes of fame. So let's all do our due diligence as a community, and if we hear something that we know isn't verified, isn't true, put it out there and let the community know, hey, this is spread around, this is not what is happening right now. And again, if there's something you can correct, by all means, correct it. And like I said, their Facebook accounts are public. There's nothing that I could find on Dad. And even if you try to Google who her parents are, it mentions the mom and the stepmom's name, but there's no mention of the father's name. And like I said, I heard the name Jacob, and I don't remember where I heard it. So I don't know if that is true or not. So if anybody does know, that would be great. I know people were hoping that Texas EquiSearch was going to come down there. I don't know if they have or not. So just be careful. And we do know, the other fact is we do know that there officially is an Amber Alert out for her, and she's considered endangered. So again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening and taking the time to hear about Athena's story. Please please share, get this into the algorithm. Again, if there's any corrections, please put them in the comments or questions or ideas or whatever. Everything's, welcome as long as it's done respectfully. And again, let's try our best to keep Athena at the forefront of this, and try to keep all of the tragedy pimps and the misinformation and the lies away from this case as much as possible, because that is the only chance of her having a good shot of being found, right? Because as soon as the attention gets taken off of her, she's already lost. And then we all have to fight to get her back up there. And we're still doing this a year and a half later for other children. So please, everybody, if you see something, say something. If you know something for sure is not a fact, put it out there and let people know this isn't true. Stop spreading it. We need to keep the focus on Athena. We can worry about stepmom, dad, bio mom, siblings, aunts, all that stuff later. Go down the rabbit holes later. Right now, let's try and get the facts out there, so then that way there's a fighting chance for Athena to be brought back home, whatever that may mean. Thank you, and have a wonderful day, and thank you again for being here.